Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we are diving deep into a fascinating comparison between Google's parent company, Alphabet, and India's leading IT giants, TCS, Infosys, and Wipro. We will analyze their financial results to uncover insights about the global knowledge economy and explore why India is service based. And in part 2, I will discuss what it will take for India to transition from a service based model to an innovation driven powerhouse. This is going to be a packed episode, so feel free to grab a coffee. Be sure to hit that like button and let's jump right in. Let's start with the numbers. Alphabet reported a blockbuster Q1 2025, that is Jan to March, generating 90.23 billion in revenue, a 12% year on year increase, and a staggering 34.5 billion in net profit, up 49% year on year. This growth is fueled by AI powered search, YouTube advertising, and Google Cloud, all managed with a workforce of approximately 180,800 employees. Now compare that to India's top IT firms in Q4 2024-2025, that is between Jan to March 2025. TCS with 7.75 billion revenue, 1.47 billion profit, and 607,900 employees. Infosys with 4.9 billion revenue, 840 million profit with 323,500 employees. Wipro with 2.66 billion revenue, 426 million profit, and 233,300 employees. Collectively, these firms generated 15.31 billion in revenue, approximately one-sixth of Alphabet's revenue, while employing over 1.16 million people, nearly 6.5 times Alphabet's headcount. This stark contrast underscores the difference between Alphabet's innovation-led, high-margin models and India's labor-intensive, service-based approach rooted in the IT outsourcing boom of the 1990s. Despite India's IT sector contributing approximately 254 billion to the economy, the revenue and profit gap highlights a critical challenge. So how can India shift to a knowledge-based economy? And before that, what exactly a knowledge-based economy? Knowledge economy thrives on intellectual capital, think AI algorithm, cutting-edge R&D, and user-centric innovations like mobile apps built with market research and advanced design. In contrast, a service-based economy delivers intangible solutions such as IT support or customer service. The magic happens when these models converge. For example, a mobile app's AI-driven features, which is an innovation, rely on robust software engineering, while its success depends on customer support and subscription models or services. This synergy creates competitive advantages and an exceptional and a wholesome customer experience. Alphabet's 90 billion plus quarterly revenue reflects its dominance in innovation led earnings, driven by proprietary technologies and global scalability. Meanwhile, India's IT giants, despite their scale, remain tethered to client-dependent service models, constrained by low R&D spending, that is 0.65% of GDP, per Indian Express, and limited intellectual property or IP creation. To bridge this gap, India must overcome significant challenges and implement transformative strategies. Let's break down the key barriers India faces in transitioning to a knowledge-based economy. First, higher education system. India's higher education system is massive, with 43.3 million students enrolled in 2021-2022, a 26.5% increase from 34.2 million in 2014 to 2015. However, the gross enrollment ratio, or GR, the percentage of 18 to 23-year-olds in higher education, is only 28.4%, trailing the global average of 40%. Regional disparities are also stark. Tamil Nadu's GR is 47%, while Bihar is at 17.1%. There are other challenges as well, such as affordability burdens low-income families and cultural norms limits female participation. Despite a 31.6% rise in women's enrollment between 2015 and 2022, rural students face inadequate infrastructure and transportation barriers, while marginalized communities lack access to advanced degrees. Brain drain is another major issue, with millions of STEM professionals are experts in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, migrating abroad between 2015 and 2025, depleting India's innovation talent pool. Second, outdated pedagogy and infrastructure. Traditional blackboard based teaching fails to impart practical, industry relevant skills. Crowded classrooms, outdated labs, and limited digital resources hinder learning. The shortage of qualified faculty with vacant positions and untrained professors worsens the quality gap. A 2025 Economic Times report noted that 75% of employers report skill shortages in AI, blockchain, and emerging tech, forcing companies to invest heavily in retraining. Low focus over R&D in universities, coupled with 0.65% of GDP on R&D, limits proprietary tech development. Regulatory hurdles. India's innovation ecosystem faces thousands of compliance requirements, slow patent approvals, and bureaucratic red tape. The Digital Personal Data Protection or DPDP rules increase compliance costs for SMEs, stifling smaller innovators. These barriers deter startups and limit R&D investment. Fourth, digital divide. While BharatNet connects over 2 lakh gram panchayats, last mile connectivity still remains patchy. Rural institutions face power outages and limited access to computing devices, hindering digital inclusion and innovation. Fifth, global competition. The US China tech rivalry in AI, semiconductor, and supply chains, marked by export bans and talent wars, poses risks to India's ambition. Without strategic investment, India could lag for longer in becoming a global knowledge economy. Sixth, cultural barriers. India's risk-averse culture discourages experimentation. The students prioritize stable IT jobs over entrepreneurship, and corporates shy away from high-risk R&D, limiting innovation. These challenges are tough, but India's potential is massive. In part 2 of this video, we will discuss some of the ways to transform India into an innovation powerhouse. What's the biggest barrier you think India faces? Drop it in the comments, and before we move ahead, hit that like and subscribe. See you soon in the next one. Till then, thank you.